All right, it's Brother Peter. Tidbits from the Word. This is what we are. And we're going to take a little tidbit out of the Word this morning. By the way, I get to rambling. My brother Larry says, Peter, quit chasing those rabbits. And I said, but Brother Larry, if they're God's rabbits, can't I chase them? And I like chasing God's rabbits. Don't you like chasing God's rabbits? They're fun. They run all between these verses. You say, you're crazy as a bedbug, Brother Peter. Well, I might be. But this is the field that I hunt in. And the rabbits that I chase run between these words. And they run around between these words like these words were trees. And they're all in there. And I'm chasing this rabbit through these trees in this book. This is a living book. This is my book, your book, and anybody else's book who's asked Jesus to save them. This is a living book. This is a fun book. A fun book. Listen, Psalm 27, David's talking here, and he's saying that I desire to dwell in the house of the Lord every minute of every hour of every day of my life, and to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. To behold the beauty of the Lord. Man, behold the beauty of the Lord. 6 words. 6 horrendous words. Horrendous words. Horrendous words. Behold, I married a woman, and I beheld her, and I behold her now. 48 years ago I married a woman, I beheld her, and I still am. We still have that bond. We sit down, we eat together, we talk together, we ride together, we lay in bed and hug each other together. We behold each other just like that. And that's the way it is with God. I asked the Lord to save me in 1972. November 5th, 3 o'clock in the morning. Never forget it. It's just like when I got married. I don't forget the day I got married. Have you forgot the day you got married? Have you forgot the day that you had your first child? Have you forgot the birth date? Have you remember when you had your first child? Of course you do. You remember when you got saved? If you don't remember when you got saved, you got a problem. If you remember when you had your first child, you remember when you got married, and you can't remember when you got saved, wow. You ain't saved, evidently. If you got saved, you'd know it. I mean, I knew it when I got married. I took my wife home. This is the problem. A lot of people say they got saved, and then they walk off, and they don't take that seed with them, and they don't have it. And then 10 years down the road, they've been sitting in church and whatever. They never opened the Bible, never looked at it, never read it, never done anything about it. Man, never been interested in it. Boy, I was interested in my wife. I was real interested in my wife when I first got married. And I was real interested in the Lord when I first got saved. I was so interested in the Lord when I first got saved that I started laying the things off from my flesh that I desired to do. There's probably nobody in the world that loved to smoke better than me. I would put 3 of them babies, nobody's around but just me, it don't matter. I put 3 of them things in my hand. I'd draw that in, and you know what? No smoke could even come back out. I was so interested trying to get that stuff down in here, and it's killing me. After the Lord delivered me, I did not quit smoking. I did not quit smoking. God gets the credit. I cannot take the credit for it. God had to deliver me because I loved to smoke. I love to smoke better than I love God. And one day he had to show me that you love cigarettes more than you love me, Peter. I said, no, I don't, Lord. And he said, all right, if that's the case, let me see you put them down. Well, I couldn't put them down. You know why I couldn't put them down? Because I was hung into them, because they were a fleshly desire for me. And I fleshly desired to feed the flesh. And God said, hey, stop building up inside of you the Spirit. And if you'll get me built up enough in you, I'll overcome the flesh for you, and I'll deliver you from such things. And God delivered me from that. He delivered me from lying, stealing, cheating, and all those things that I needed deliverance from. But listen anyway, listen to David. He's talking about dwelling in the house of the Lord. Now, verse 5. He said, for in time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. Can you see that? Hey, can you see that? You're in his pavilion. What's a pavilion? Pavilion is the beautifulest place that God has. That's his palace, his pavilion. Now you hid in that. All right, listen to this. This is kind of this is a little dilemma for you this morning. Listen to it. You're in that pavilion and you're hid. Now, okay, and in that pavilion you're hid. In a time of trouble, you're hid in that, and then you're in the secret place of his tabernacle. You're in the secret place of his tabernacle. You'd say, well, I'm in the tabernacle in a secret place, so I'm out of sight. Okay? All right. Now look at this. The last thing he said here. All right. And he shall set me upon a rock. He's going to set you on a rock. Now, if he's going to set you up on a rock, everybody's going to be able to see you. If you're going to be set out there on a rock, everybody's going to be able to see you. Now, you just said you're in his pavilion. He just said you're in his hiding place, and he set you on a rock. I can tell you the answer to it. You want to know the answer to it? The rock is Jesus Christ. And if you're on that rock and in that rock and he's in you, even though you're in plain sight, you're hidden by the fact that God, his protection, is a seal around you. He put some guardian angels around you to watch over you, to keep you from killing yourself with your fool actions in the flesh. And so God did that. So here I am out here in plain sight, yet I'm in God's pavilion. I'm in plain sight, yet I'm standing out on a rock. I'm in plain sight, yet I'm hid in the tabernacle of God. Now, by the way, this is the tabernacle. The real Peter that you're looking at this morning is down inside this tabernacle. Now, this old tabernacle right here is just like Peter in the Bible. I get in trouble. It's like some people say, you ever take your foot out of your mouth, Peter? Yeah, I say when I'm switching feet. I take my foot out of my mouth when I'm switching feet. I've tried to get them both in there at the same time. Trouble is, with getting both at the same time, I can't talk. So I got to try to get them out. Hey, listen, God is a good God. He wants, you know what he wants? He wants you to be happy in the flesh. How can you be happy in the flesh? If you're following him and you get in him, your happiness will be in him. Your happiness is not going to be in doing things that are contrary to God. Almost every single solitary thing we do as a human being in this body is contrary to the Lord. Unless we sell out to him and bring this body under subjection and do what he would have us do. Let's read this verse 6. He said, and now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifice of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. That's what I'm doing right now, singing praises unto the Lord. I can't sing a lick. If I was to start singing right now, y'all turn this machine off in about 2 seconds. Listen, I can't sing a lick, but I can sing with the joy that's in me by speaking of God and saying that I can sing. But here again, here's a picture in this verse 6 of being in the tabernacle and being everything, but being right out in plain sight at the same time. And we who are saved are right out in plain sight at the same time we're in the tabernacle. Is your tabernacle brought under subjection? Is the tabernacle you are the tabernacle of God, or is it the tabernacle of the devil? Has God come in, run the devil out, and now you're full of light, and inside of your tabernacle God dwells? And he's saying, bring the outside under subjection like the inside, so people can see me through you.